What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. In the last episode, we descended the sea on the King of Red Lions, and he told us that there is something that we need to defeat Ganondorf inside this castle. So, let's go and find it. This place is kind of weird, though. I mean, everything's sort of sepia-toned, and all these enemies seem to be frozen in place, like time has sort of stopped, maybe? That's not normal. Fun fact, there is a slight alteration to this area on the HD version. On the original GameCube version, this entire area was actually just black and white, whereas, well, on the HD version, as you can see, it's more of a sepia tone. Just kind of a small change that I figured I'd mention, more of a cosmetic change, really. Anyways, alright, Link, I'll need you to listen to me for a moment. I'm all ears. The item you seek is hidden somewhere in this castle. To find it, you must find the entrance to the basement. But that entrance has been blocked by a mighty threshold, firmly sealed to prevent evil from ever gaining access. Do you know where to search and what you must do to open the hidden way? You will find a clue in the shape of the heraldry near where we arrived at this castle. Basically, he's talking about the Hyrulean crest that we saw on our way down. Now, this is kind of something that I always thought was funny. The puzzle that is designed to keep the basement locked and keep evil from ever gaining access to the item that we need to defeat it is a simple block puzzle with 3 blocks. And all you have to do is line them up in the shape of the Triforce. Yep, that's it. That is the almighty puzzle that has stumped evil for who knows how long. And I'm just gonna solve it in like 3 seconds, because it's really not that hard at all. The only thing that can be kind of difficult is that the blocks move at that weird like triangle sort of spacing. I don't know how to explain it, but they don't move like straight forward or anything like that, so you kind of have to like move them back and forth to get them to go the way that you want them to go. It doesn't really make sense unless you're actually doing it, but I'm sure you guys understand. Oh no, we trapped ourselves in the center. Just kidding. I actually want to do that because I don't know, I always thought it was funny when Link was stuck in the center during this cutscene. Whenever I can get Link into a cutscene, I try to do it just because, like, for whatever reason, I just think it's funny, even though it's really not, but I'm stupid, so let me have my moment, guys. Come on now. But anyways, it looks like we've done it. We have access to the basement now. Now, I do want to talk about that statue a little bit, because I recently found out some information from this game that might be related to that statue, but we'll talk about it once we go back up there. So for now, let's just explore the basement and see what we can find, because this is kind of important. Like, this is a big deal in the game. There's a freaking sword in front of us. That can only be like one thing. Excellent, Link. To perceive such a puzzle and decipher it is no small feat. Yeah, those 3 blocks were real hard. Now take the sword that lies before you. It is none other than the Master Sword, the blade of evil's bane. It is the only sword that can banish Ganon from the world above. Alright, this is it, guys. Time for us to become the hero. Officially. Kind of. Yeah. Oh man, this is one of my like favorite cutscenes in the entire game, though. It's another one of those defining moment cutscenes, and it's just like, I love it so much. It's so good. This entire area is just probably one of my favorites, like underground Hyrule Castle. It's pretty dang awesome. I wonder what the repercussions of us pulling that sword are, though. It couldn't just be that easy, right? Uh-oh. It appears like color is returning to this world. That could be a bad thing. It could mean that time will continue to flow again here. Which would mean that all these enemies would become reanimated. That's what I was afraid of. Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way out of here. We'll worry about that later, though. Look at the Master Sword, man. It looks a little bit different than from other games, but there might be a reason behind that, and I'm sure we'll find out later on if there is. For now, though, let's just enjoy the awesome blade. We got the Master Sword, the legendary blade with the power to repel evil, once wielded by the legendary hero himself. Fantastic. let's take a look at this thing. I mean, just look at it. I love the Master Sword in this game. It looks so cool. Alright, now there is a bit of an Easter egg that I want to show off. Now, you might have noticed these coming in, but these stained glass panels on the back here are actually the sages from Ocarina of Time. So we have Rudo, Rauru, and then we have Saria, this cool, like, Ganondorf thing in the center. Then there's Darunia, Impa, and then Nabooru. Almost forgot that last one. That would have been really, really embarrassing, considering the fact that I LP'd that game, so I should really know it like the back of my hand now. Anyways, let's head upstairs. This is going to be interesting, though. Oh, wow, they're going to put me right next to a Dark Knight. That is fantastic. I like how he's just, like, looking at me like, "You're gonna die, kid." I don't think so, Dark Knight. Not today. Now, it's worth mentioning that while you're in this area fighting all these Dark Knights, make sure you stop and... Okay, I did not want to get that skull necklace, but I'll take it. I'm gonna need my boomerang real quick because I want to stop and get the Knight's Crest from all of these Dark Knights. I know I've been making a big deal of Knight's Crest like every time we see one or every time we fight a Dark Knight, but trust me, if you get all of the Knight's Crest in this area, we should have more than enough to bring to Orca and learn the last sword technique in the game. So after we collect them all here, I promise I won't bring them up again because we probably won't need them. But anyways, how about we talk about that statue that I brought up before? So, I came across this recently. I think it was Hyrule Historia. I can't confirm that though because, well, I actually don't own a copy of the book, and I probably should considering, well, I consider myself to be a relatively avid Zelda fan, but, whatever, regardless. I'm pretty sure this is in Hyrule Historia, but, originally Link in Wind Waker was supposed to, like, age as your adventure went on. And that statue sort of looks like an adult version of Wind Waker Link. Like, I guess you could say it's a monument to the hero of time, so that would be Ocarina of Time's Link, but it doesn't look anything like him. And that could be just like an aesthetic or an artistic choice, but given that new information from Hyrule Historia and the fact that Link was supposed to age in this game, I can't help but think that would be like, I don't know, maybe a misused element or a leftover element from his adult model maybe, and they just sort of like threw it in on the statue. Not entirely sure. I'm probably wrong on that, honestly, but it would be kind of cool. Like, how awesome would it be to like see Link go from, I don't know, a child on outset to a full adult by the time you're battling Ganon? Seems like a really cool mechanic, but then again, you gotta think of the time, like, it would have been on the GameCube, and that is pretty dang ambitious, so I doubt they could pull it off, and that's more than likely why it was scrapped. Like, I don't remember the exact reason why they didn't do it. I'm not even sure if it was listed in Hyrule Story, but if it is, and someone can, like, look that up for me, that'd be awesome. Because I don't know about you guys, but, like, I find stuff like that, like, really, really interesting. Just, like, seeing all this stuff that they, you know, planned to do originally in the game, and then unfortunately had to, like, take out. Because games would be a lot cooler, like, if they kept all that stuff in. It's just a shame that, like, technology at the time just couldn't keep up with all the great ideas that they had. And Wind Waker, unfortunately, has a lot of cut content. Like, this is pretty common knowledge now, but there were actually, 2 temples cut from this game. And, actually, I'm not sure if I should really talk about this because it's kind of spoilers, but I'll do my best to avoid that. So, as far as I know, these 2 temples were supposed to take place during the very end of the game when you're doing one of the more tedious main story quests. Like, if you played the original Wind Waker, you know that there's a collection quest towards the end of the game that seems kind of out of place, or at least not as polished as it could have been, so it's kind of weird. And as far as I know, these 2 temples were supposed to change that slightly. Now, it is worth mentioning that they did change the quest on the HD version of this game, so it's a lot easier and faster, but they didn't add the 2 missing temples, and they gave a reason for that. The reason was that they've used the elements from those 2 temples in other Zelda games already, so I'm assuming like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, since those came after this game, have used elements from the cut temples in Wind Waker, which is kind of cool. I mean, in a way, I guess you could say those temples sort of live on. But I mean, I can't help but wonder what they would have actually been like in this game, and I would have loved to play them. But, what are you gonna do? There were also like a few cut islands. The only major one that I know about was GameCube Island, which, as you could probably imagine, was supposed to be shaped like a giant GameCube. Now that would have been funny to see what they did with that island on the HD version. They probably would have changed it to like a giant gamepad island or something like that. But that's all just speculation on something that doesn't even exist, so it doesn't really matter. Let me just kill this extra moblin down here. You do have to kill everyone in this entire area, and I've actually forgotten about like the moblins in the corners before, and I'm just like, why can't I leave this area? I can't find any other enemies. It's kind of annoying if you do forget that one enemy and they're just like wandering around in a corner somewhere. There is something cool that I want to show off though. Now that this area is back in color, you can check out these cool paintings. So that, I'm guessing, is the King of Hyrule. And then if you come over here, you have sort of this portrait of Princess Zelda. And if you look closely, those characters kind of look like the pirates. Like, I don't know what Nintendo is trying to pull there. Maybe we'll find out something more about the pirates later on, but that seems kind of fishy, right? I'm not the only one that thinks those look like the pirates. Come on, it's pretty dang similar. This episode's basically just me like talking about like theories and cut content in Wind Waker, which just proves that I'm a nerd for knowing so much about like the development of this game and junk like that. But whatever. It's one of my favorite games. I really don't care. I do want to apologize though. If I sound a little different or nasally. I can't tell if I'm coming down with a cold or if it's just allergies, but like I'm trying my best to mask it. And can I? Nope. Can't even backflip for that. Oh well. You know what? I'm gonna try and bring you over here because I don't want to fight that moblin. So, come on, Darknut. Let's tango. Ah, dang it. You know, it's really hard to get all the Knight's Crest when you guys don't lose your helmet when I parry you. It's really dang annoying. Let's try the parry again. There we go. If you don't get their helmet off and you can't stun them to get the Knight's Crest, you just have to like sort of kill them and hope that they drop a Knight's Crest in their little like enemy orb thing. Oh, he's over the banister. I think he died. I can't really tell. I think I heard like the enemy death noise, so I'm going to assume that he's dead. And I think this might be our last moblin, so I'm going to sneak up on him. Actually, never mind. Screw that. We're going all in. I am terrible at being stealthy, apparently. Oh, well. Hey, we did it. Oh, yeah, I didn't even mention it because I was talking about all that other stuff. Yeah, the doors were guarded by electricity. That's why we had to kill all those enemies. Like, there was a reason behind it. I wasn't just doing it for fun. Oh, man, I got distracted. Anyway, let's just get out of here. There's really not much else that we can do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little history lesson on Wind Waker and its development cycle and stuff like that. You could go out the backside of the castle, but honestly, there's really not much you can do out there right now besides look at the pretty scenery, so I'm not gonna bother. At long last, our preparations are complete. You must return to me so that we can return by the same path that brought us here. The time has come to save your sister from her prison in the Forsaken Fortress. Hurry, Link! Alright, man. Let's do it. I am ready to save my sister. And the world. Maybe. I don't know. Is the world in trouble at this point? I can't actually tell. Well, I guess it is because Ganon's like back and stuff like that. So, I guess we're gonna save the world. And our sister. But before we do that, we're gonna do a bit of side questing. First things first though, let's find the Mapfish location for this area. I think usually it's around back here. I'm not entirely sure. It can be like a few different places around the island, so you gotta keep an eye out. Oh wait, I think I just saw it make a splash over here. Yep, there it is. Hello, Mr. Mapfish. It's been a long time since we've seen you. I've missed your charm. Let's pull out some bait. That way we can get that iconic "Hoy" small fry from him. I miss that. Don't keep me waiting too long, Mapfish. Come on now. Let's go. There it is. Alright, Mapfish. Do me a solid and fill up my sea chart yet again. And this, of course, is the Tower of the Gods. I like that it takes up the entire, like, small map segment. It's almost, like, overflowing on the edges. And let's see, fish fortune. Oh, you know what? He's actually telling us about Tingle and stuff like that, so not really that important. But I do thank you kindly for the sea chart information, Mapfish. Let's get out here. Actually, you know what? There's a treasure like right here, so I'm gonna pick this up and, oh, overshot that just a little bit. I think it's right here, maybe. Ah, yes, there you go. Dude, I am so good at that. Hopefully our luck continues with that, because we're gonna be doing that a lot later on in the game. Anyways, let's see what we got. 50 rupees, nice. That's exactly what I wanted, actually. We do need money because, well, we're going to be side questing before we go to the Forsaken Fortress, and one of the side quests that I want to do, spoiler alert, requires a ton of money, so we have more than enough now, but hey, having, you know, an extra rupee or two is kind of nice. I'm actually going to backtrack towards Northern Triangle Island, because now that we have the bow, there is a Wind Waker song that we can learn that'll make travel a heck of a lot easier. And it's only like 1 square away, so I'm not just gonna like cut directly there. Plus, I'm not entirely sure where the tornado is going to appear, so I want to make sure you guys see that. And actually, this will give me another chance to talk about another cut thing. Oh wow, we're actually already at the tornado. But there was another cut thing from the original Wind Waker. There were actually supposed to be 2 other sails that you could get in Wind Waker for the GameCube, so one of those might have been the Swift Sail. Foolish creature who does not fear the gods, to the end of the sea with you. Let the winds of Cyclos' wrath blow you away. So this is Cyclos. Remember Zephos? We met him way back on Dragon Roost, and he taught us the Wind's Requiem. Well, this is sort of his evil brother. So what you want to do is shoot him with your arrows. 3 hits will do him in. You want to lead your shots a little bit, and well, after you hit him 3 times, he sort of stops terrorizing the sea a little bit to come down and talk to you. And holy crap, he's huge. That's a heck of an arm you got there. Thank you. Oh, never mind. He was just making himself big. And wouldn't I? No one's ever been able to spot me in there before now. Oh, stop it, you. You obviously have mastery of the air. And now that we've established that you're quite the Wind Waker, let's see if you can handle this. Alright, pay close attention. So it's down, right, left, up. Okay, simple enough. Let's do it. There we go. And with that, we've learned the Ballad of the Gales. Wahoo! In the hands of a Wind Waker like you, my adorable little cyclones will be as happy as can be. If you need to move like the wind over the ocean deep, just call on my cyclones. Well, I guess I'll head home now. See you down the road. Bye, Cyclo. See, he's not such a bad guy once you get to know him. But what do you say we try this out? And, oh my gosh, I swear, guys, that was the controller's fault. It got stuck there. I swear that wasn't me. Anyways, the Battle of the Gales basically lets you warp around the map to all these different spots. So, this combined with the Swift Sail makes travel so much easier in this game. You have absolutely no idea. Like, side questing is going to be a breeze now. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to get so much done. It's going to be amazing. For now, though, let's just head to Windfall Island, because I think the first side quest that I want to do is going to take place here. But you know what? We're going to take care of that in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.